And now we're live. We're gonna do some testing. I really want to know what I do in certain situations here. I've got my large cup of ginger soda ready to do some testing. I want to get at least I want to try and get like 10 games in with Arakni in a bit here, but go ahead and let people know that I'm live. That would be nice to do. Let's also get our tunes going here. All right, get that going, and then we're going to go ahead and do the thing. Gonna get us some live notifications. Cool. All right, I think we got that going now. All right, we're vibing. We're hanging out. We're chilling. Let's get this off of here. Let's go ahead and boot up our Talishar. So, today we are not doing budget stuff. Instead, today we are looking at my Arakni Slip Through the Cracks deck. So, Arakni Slip Through the Cracks is... I want to make sure this thing is not showing the weird little section thing here. Yeah, so hi everybody. Hopefully everybody's having a good time hanging out. I'd like to also, let me see here. Really want to get this going because I can't seem to get it to work as much as I'd like to here. This is not what I want. I want to log out. Get me back into my YouTube channel. Okay. Overlays. Okay, so we've got chat. Chat, we ended up putting off text settings. So that should be what's on right now. Strange that I can't see it. Checker chat. Is it custom? That shows up. It's an ignored chatter thing. Don't mind me, I'm setting up my stream chat thing. Let me actually try. See if this works. It should pop up in that section right there. But if it doesn't, which doesn't look like it did, either it's off or it's not correct. No, it's got to be correct. It would show up right here. Right here. It's where you would see it. Text settings. Enable custom font. Fine. Arial's fine. Let's see. Layers should be correct. I don't know why nobody can see it. Emulate. Can't emulate anything in here. Why is my chat thing not working? Okay. Do refresh cache. Not sure why my chat doesn't show up over here where it should. That definitely turns that off. This definitely turns it on. What's up, Jonathan? How are you? How are you, John? I'm just doing some work here to determine why chat doesn't show up in that section here. Make another one. There it is. Okay. So I literally see it in the other one. In this one here. I don't know why it's so... Oh, is it because the opacity? Really it? Make any sense? Feeling real good about Doria Ilkos? Yeah, dude, I don't blame you. Check your chat. That's what we want, really. We don't want it to be like that. That's what we want it to be like. Boop, boop. All right, everybody's typing in Comic Sans today. But that's good. Also, feel free to keep typing in here. Somebody's got to help me. But yeah, no, that's good. I mean, Dory is, it's really kind of it, right? Like I was talking about this with some locals yesterday, in which like Dory normally does not do very well, but then like she does really well. Like really well. And that's kind of insane to me how well she does. Because the entire format, she hasn't, like the previous two formats, she hasn't been like anything. But now decks are more aggressive, and with decks that are more aggressive, they don't want to block. And so decks that are more aggressive, allowing you to then just go, okay, cool, no blocks. Or you just go, okay, cool, hit, all right, pass. You know, I think Assassin still kind of like messes you up a little bit, but right. Yo, what's up, Josh? How you doing, bud? How are you? I think I have the chat thing all situated here. Should be in a good spot for that. We got all of our sub tips and everything alerts, so I think we're okay. I think now notably I just need to do the same thing for my other one here. So that should be all set. We can go ahead and do Talishar now. And then we'll take a look at our actual list. I want y'all to, anybody who knows anything about assassins, I would like you to judge my list. Because I don't know that it's very good. And Provoke is a hell of a card. You block 9 and then you just rip the whole hand and say, nice try. Yeah, right. Provoke is so good. I think that is something that really helped Warriors, or at least more specifically Dory, with being able to go like, cool, you don't want to block? I'm making you block. And then that turns on, of course, all the effects for that. So totally late because last turn Phage. Oh, we just started, Josh. We just started. So how was the Age Open? Did we look into it at all? There's a couple videos I want to do a couple like watches of. I'm not sure if any of you have watched them yet, but I'm going to watch a couple videos, I think, and take a look at what exactly we're looking to do. Just to get some more information, I'd like to do some studying and then kind of go into my deck list and what I'd like. So Slippy won. Slippy's got it. It is one of those weird things where, like, I'm happy to know I was playing Slippy before they became like an S tier best deck in format. Just simply because I can go like, they were good, you know. But we're gonna watch a couple of videos, I think. But first, I am going to look at. Let me get another video up here that I know I watched. Let's see, Slippy, Flesh and Blood. There's a post-Nats Slippy list thing that came out. Where is it? What video did it? Interesting. I can't find it. It's gotta be in here somewhere. Budget, Slippy, Arakni, top 4. It's like Slippy post Nats or something. Slippy post Nats. Whoops. I can't find it. Who posted that? I wonder if it's on. Hold on. I wonder if it's on the Talishar front page. I'm trying to find content for us to watch, because there's some learning I got to do. I think I saw it on front page. Meta Hungry. I think it's this one. Yes. Okay. So. Yeah, right. Yeah, when you're a Prism player and you're just like, hell yeah, like that's what we want to see. That's kind of important too. Just wing it, it's simple. Well, I mean, it's not certainly not just wing it. I think right now, as per what the video states or the live stream states, is I really want to determine if Spreading Plague is a good card or if I'm just like being cutesy with it. Because let's take a quick look at my deck. So this is my deck that I play. I'm only on 2 Hunter's Clave, Black Text, Flick Knives, Crown, and Tunic. And then I also have AB3 and Spell Void 3 in the side, as well as a Redback Shroud and a Mask. This is so I can have, in turns in which I want to have like Bonds of Agony trigger on just all of my onboard reactions. It's pretty good. They also notably block for a lot. But most of my deck contains like the normal stuff, right? Art of Desire Body, Command and Conquer, Infect, Justinic, Kiss of Death, Leave No, Orb Weaver, pretty much just all the good things, right? I'm trying to determine what I want to keep and what I don't want to keep. Yeah, trial and error definitely is the best way to do it. So, you know, what we're going to go ahead and do first is also, I'm going to go back here and turn on the, let me delete this. All these window capture things that don't need to exist. Got too much bullshit in here. Okay, turns out there's not a... Well, gotta look into this then. I'm gonna go to stream elements, get my stream. Actually, I could just go to this. Hold on. I'm doing all this in like 8,000 different ways. I'm also telling y'all to hold on when like you have no choice but to. The only thing you can do is hold on. Control C. Can I control V? Media source? No, it's a browser source. I think it's TCG overlay YouTube, right? Yeah, there we are. That's everybody. You demand gameplay right now? Nora, get out of here. You're not demanding anything of me. All right. So we're good there. Yes. Perfect. Okay. Cool. All right. So, like I said, this is my deck. This is kind of where we are as far as this is concerned. It's just like pretty standard. But what I want to do is I actually want to listen to this. This is Lupine Fiasco's deck that they are building, and or not their deck that they're building, but more specifically the it is the their video they made in regards to building Slippy like a champ, and I'm curious to watch and see what they have done here. So I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna hit display record, and we're gonna watch this together as a family. Just a metaphor. Well, I mean, I think it's just, you know, they want to win, right? I'm also going to put it at 1.5 times speed. It's nothing on you, Lupine. It's just, this is how I do everything now.
While Syndra lives in my deck box, Slippy lives in my heart. Our Goofy Goober put up massive results this national season, getting
have you?
8 wins and tying with Syndra for most wins overall. That isn't what I, or many others, expected, and frankly I'm regretting my choice to lock in Syndra for Singapore just a bit. It's too late for me to start grinding reps now, but I can analyze recent Slippy deck lists to start theory crafting for calling Kansas City, and I hope you'll join me. If you like this sort of content and want to see more, please consider subscribing to my channel. It's the best free way to support me and to make sure that you see every new upload from Daily Fab Gameplay.
Can you all hear everything okay?
I'll use today in the video description below. You'll also find a link to my Patreon page where subscribers get access to matchup guides for all my tournament decks, including Slippy, and weekly bonus content, including Dragon in 2023, and have never found a better deal. The Bazaar's prices are the lowest for singles, fulls. It's time to talk a second.
All right, Lupine, come on.
Top 8 in any ranked event is a huge accomplishment, and I give props to Robert Ramsey, David Cordero,
he's down here, also notably.
But with so many Slippy decks to review, I'm limiting our comparison to only the 8 Nationals winners, and even then, I can't add 8 decks to a single Fabry comparison. For lack of a better data point, I've separated the decks according to whether the list includes Balance of Justice, and have the decks without balance on screen. That isn't commentary on whether you should play BOJ, but it makes the comparisons cleaner. You can find links to both comparisons.
BOJ!
I'm going to focus on aggregates and heuristics. What is every deck doing, and what can we extrapolate from that? Starting with equipment, we see that every Slippy is playing the following: Black Tech Whisperers, Crown of Providence, Flip Knives, Fandal Spring Tunic, and Widow Veil Respirator. Every Slippy has at least 2 pieces of Widow equipment for a total of Arcane Barrier 2, with most playing Widow Reb Crawler as the second piece. The number of daggers brought by each Slippy corresponds to the number of concealed blades in the deck. 0 copies of CB correspond to 2 copies of Hunter's Clave, 2 copies of CB correspond to 3 copies of Clave, and 3 copies of CB usually correspond to 3 Claves and a 4th dagger. Notable to me is that no Slippy brought Snapdragon Scalers. We can extrapolate a few things from this. First, there is very much a standard equipment loadout of Pop, Tunic, Flick, and Black Tech. If you want to...
So pretty standard, right? If you don't know, Black Tech Whispers notably is pretty good just because it's an onboard reaction. Also, it blocks for 1. It is a way to effectively make it so it's an on-hit, your assassin attack gets go again, but it is an on-hit, has to get go again. So notably, you can do it to have your opponent blow a D-react, and then if you're able to get things like a silver off the top of the deck, you're in a pretty good spot to be able to still buy those back. And of course, I think any equipment that you can recur the overall value of sending like 4 or getting that battle worn back effectively is really good, and so that's kind of where I lead a lot with the Black Tech Whisperers. I like Snapdragon Scalers because it tells me I get go again on my thing, but it's a little bit too face up, and I feel like it is very, very clutch for me to just wait for my opponent to try and do something sneaky, and then if they can't get anything off, it's just like, okay, cool, I know you're not going to D-react this turn. Pop Black Techs, it's going to hit, and then I get to go ahead and get the effect there.
Slippy, but don't own these cards, you should contact him.
And then, of course, Crown of Providence and Flick Knives, these are pretty standard. Crown of Providence is just to protect your arsenal, give you a 5-card hand to allow you to get some tempo back, and then Flick Knives obviously just lets you do the thing.
From the Bazaar. The omission of Snapdragons in favor of mainboard Black Tech tells us that, contrary to when Florian was the boogeyman of CC, every Slippy anticipated a low to no block meta. In a room of Syndra and Gravy Bones, Black Tech needing to hit isn't an issue. Second, AB2 is the magic number for the most anticipated wizard of the season, Verdance. A single blue can prevent 3 points of arcane damage from Pulsing Aether, Burn Bear, or a Verdance ping followed by Waning Moon, and a Tunic activation on top of it gets you full equipment value. Third, given the popularity of low block heroes whose value scales exponentially with hand size, Syndra and Gravy Bones, Mark of the Black Widow is much better than it was in the past. Flick Knives can easily...
So, Mark of the Black Widow, I'm not going to lie, this is the card that I am thinking about getting in the deck. Strictly because it is a card that threatens hand. So it forces blocks from your opponent more. It's obviously a stealth target. Great card to get back when doing Take of the Mantle. So I do fear that this is important. The reason I think Mark of the Black Widow is good, though, in most of the decks that you've seen, is because they're utilizing the Concealed Blade 3 Hunter's Clave situation. Because getting that 3rd Hunter's Clave to then flick and mark is important when you're playing something like Mark of the Black Widow. Whereas I like to keep one of my Hunter's Claves and then try to get the other one back after using something like a Pick Up the Point or something of that nature. But I don't know. It's nice. I think it's a really, really powerful card. I think it's what would go in instead of Spreading Flag.
Future Widow turns as well as Take Up the Mantle. Rather than rely on 2-block retrieve cards like Pick Up the Point and Up Sticks and Run, Concealed Blade can take advantage of these heroes' inability or unwillingness to block to pull a new dagger out of your inventory at no cost while also providing reaction synergy. Moving on to the reds, these lists look more stock standard and include playsets of Art of Desire Body, Command and Conquer, Justinic, Kiss of Death, Leave No Witnesses, Razor's Edge, Sink Below, and Tarantula Toxin. The number of copies of other Slippy staples differ, but every deck had at least 2 copies of Infect, Mark of the Black Widow, or Weaver Spinneret, Pain in the Backside, and Shelter from the Storm. Besides Widow, none of this is unusual.
So you're telling me Assassin want to play like Warrior? Notably, no. I think a lot of what Assassin wants to do, well, granted, I mean, the reaction step is kind of like a key thing for that, but I think overall, Assassin wants, what I want to do as an Assassin is rip cards from your hand. That is what I want to do. Like, the top of the deck is cute, but the hand is more important. I would much rather you feel worse about blocking or trying to, like, do that, I can just continue to push on tempo until eventually I get these hits. But I mean, the downfall of Assassin is Assassin's also liable to have what is effectively Runeblade hands. Like, there are times in which you need to put on the pressure and you end up getting 4 attack reacts in your hand. And it's like, oh shit, how do I fix this? And that's where things like what do you call it? Savor Bloodshed's pretty good. For instance, if you have like a Graphene Chelicera, you can Savor Bloodshed, Graphene Chelicera, and then if you have a Hunter's Clave, you can effectively, if your opponent does not proceed to block 4 or 5 damage, if they don't block 5, because it's just like, oh, it's just damage and you're not marked, you can obviously flick the dagger, mark your opponent becomes marked, and then your dagger gets go again in the reaction step, it hits, and then you draw a card. Pretty good, but there's definitely a lot of like crazy good on hits. It's about knowing when to like use them, right? Difficult for trickier Dory. Yeah, it's definitely rough. Like, and that's the thing is like, as somebody who I want to be ripping cards from your hand and also the top of your deck if I can help it. And the reason being is just because I get to go about doing things like fatiguing you faster. You know, I might get some key cards like a Codex of Frailty or, Oakenold or something off the top of the deck. And if I do, that's a lot of value that goes into the late game that I don't need to worry about, like, freaking out about. But board state decks are also a weakness. See, board state decks, I think, are fine for me. I play against board state decks pretty great, especially since like I just kind of beat the hell out of board state decks. I just go face. Like, there are worlds in which going to the allies is important. So maybe like Sawbones is probably like pretty able to kill. But I mean, with Flick Knives being available, you can still do things like pop Angels. You can do all this other weird shenanigans. You can even play other cards if it really comes down to the point that like Prism's the big thing. You could just play 2 more. You can play Battlefront Bastions in your deck as well. The red ones that come in for 7. They can pop Judgments very well. And also notably, you can just... you can pretty much just like kill them faster. I mean, they have 8 less life. They can block it a lot effectively. And granted, the damage they send is pretty like powerful. But if they don't block my hand I'm sending, I end up ripping the cards from their hand. And then they just take damage. So, I mean, ALS kind of sucks, but I think I can play around it. Oh, God. Excuse me. Yeah. Nora and I went against each other. I took my CC Slippy deck into her LL Dromai deck, and I almost won. I think it's just my issue was I pivoted mid-game, and I shouldn't have done that. I should have just full stop went for face. But notably, Gravy is not anything like Dromai, right? Dromai plays 1 attack and gets to swing every dragon on her board for free. Gravy does not get to do that. Gravy does not get to do any of those values at all. Gravy just gets to send an attack, maybe 2 if they have a Gold Kiss Rum. So it is important to keep that in mind. Let us continue this here.
In hunted meta. More notable is what we aren't seeing: Infiltrate and Savor Bloodshed. The cause is Gravy Bones. Infiltrating a card from Gravy's deck will usually give you a bad option like Blue Tipple or Portside Exchange. Savor gives Gravy a priority window in which to activate Chum, and you're probably losing value, devoting resources and damage to kill it. While more decks are playing Infiltrate than aren't, the card is still great against Syndra after all. Slippy seems to have moved off Savor for now. The shared yellows should be even less surprising than the reds, being 3 copies each of Codex of Frailty and Take Up the Mantle. Codex of Bloodrot and Shred fill out the yellows that some Slippies chose to play, with Codex being the more popular of the two. It deals damage, replaces itself, and happens to be particularly potent against Prism.
Should move myself.
Power Poppers, on the other hand, are absent from all 8 of these decks. Shred showed up in half of these decks, usually as a 2-of. Blues shared among all 8 decks include 3 copies each of Bonds of Agony and Persuasive Prognosis. Slippy, Staple, and Double Trouble also appeared as a 3-of in 7 out of 8 decks. More interesting than the shared blue cards, which aren't interesting at all, is the shared blue count. Slippy isn't exactly a redline hero, but is less reliant on blues than their counterparts in the Assassin pool.
I should do this, so that way they're
reds, with yellows and blues only getting more value out of those reds, acting as reds themselves, and occasionally paying for the Calicera Codex CNC line. Here, though, we see every Slippy playing a minimum of 11 blues and a maximum of 12. The reasons for Slippy to go up on blues are paying for AB2 against Verdance, more reliably paying for CNC, and Concealed Blade enabling extra flick activations against Syndra and Gravy. Syndra, Gravy, and Verdance are identified as top dogs in the format, and more blues help against all of them. We're pitching or playing for value. Here are my takeaways when considering how to build Slippy for Pro Tour Singapore. Include attacks that punish Syndra and Gravy. Saber and Upsticks can be replaced with Widow, Concealed Blade, and extra daggers. More blues better support AB2 and give you an edge against Verdance. And you can use BOJ and Codex of Bloodrot as Prism tech. These heuristics and strategies may be less effective for calling Kansas City. Armory deck Ira could keep Ninja aggro relevant, but Mastery Pack Guardian is likely to change that. If Guardian forces Ninja out of the top tier, then cards and effects that prey on low block value become weaker. Retrieve effects...
For the record, I don't know that there's a world in which Guardian knocks Ninja out of the meta at all. I don't think that Guardian is going to knock Ninja out of the meta. I think, if anything, Ninja is going to be the thing that beats Guardian in the meta. Outside of like Jarl, right? Jarl, of course, is, with ice being a thing, it's harder for ninjas to go super wide. But like, you can't expect your opponent to just like have Crush the Weak every turn, you know? Like, there's a world in which you're able to kind of walk around that disruption a pretty easy compared to how you could back then, but maybe I'm wrong. Especially with all the Edge of Autumn stuff coming in and everybody doing weird ass combo like Katsu Vengeance Edge of Autumn lists. Like, it's going to be weird, but I don't know that that's going to be hard to do. So we'll see. But yeah,
may become relevant as we prepare for longer games, and the value from a good saver may outweigh the short-term benefits of more attack actions. We'll need to wait for MTG's release on August 8th to truly know. Until then, good luck out there, Spider Brood. I'll be flying to Singapore on Monday, but don't fret. I've recorded enough videos to keep you all satisfied.
Cool. All right, we're good there. So let's go ahead and pull up. We can pull up maybe this other one here too. You know what? We'll get a game in first, and then we'll do this. So something that was mentioned, and something that we can certainly look into, is the whole Saber Bloodshed versus Mark of the Black Widow situation. I'm not going to lie to y'all. I'm not going to go out and buy another Clave. I'm just not going to do it. I don't think that's a good thing. Sure, it's providing results, but I don't think that it's correct. I think that you can still get away with just playing 2 Clave. So notably, what I would like to do... I think Saver might be the better call. Is the other one just refer uptime? Yeah, right. Definitely a definitely wasn't all for Black Widow. Definitely was not all for Azalea at all. There's like Sandscour Azalea certainly used all those cards, but not anyone else. So we took out Savers for right now. We put in Mark of the Black Widows. I think just because this is a card that attacks, we want our attack values to be a little bit higher. Also, I need to turn on the music. So we have what? How many attacks do we have in the deck? 32 attack actions, 6 non-attack actions. We got red. We got some yellow pitches in Codex and Plague Hive, or Plague Hive, Spreading Plague. 2 retrieve effects, 11 go again keywords, technically more. Stealth cards, contracts, 0 costs, 1 to 3, 2 costs. I have 3 2 costs being CNC, 3 1 costs being Spreading Plague, or no, being Spike with Blood Rot, and then these all being 0 costs. Okay. Interesting. Notably, the other thing is that it seems like they were running the headpiece instead of the chest piece. So there might be a world in which AB2 does make more sense. If we do AB2, we can take out something though. So let's get Widow Veil. So if we do that, we could theoretically add in this and then be able to add in just like 6 cards from the deck. We could try another pick up the point too. I mean, it says normally they don't run a lot of these, but I think this is fine to run. Might even be a world in which I play another Bonds of Attraction, actually. Just kidding. Bonds of Attraction. Yeah. So at 53, so we can put like 3 cards in on a regular basis. Also, Infiltrate. I still think this card's good, especially if you're going into like other aggro decks. But notably, it's a card that you don't use for most of the meta, right? The only reason I think this card is good into Verdance is because it gets to, you know, obviously it gets to hit the top card of their deck, and if it's a card they need, they like die. We could also notably hit them with Arcane. It's great for the mirror, yeah. Great for the mirror. Great against Syndra. It's like kind of fine against Fang because theoretically I could play another, like I could play a Draconic attack like for the Drakai or Blaze Headlong or something of the sort, but I feel like what you're trying to hit there is defense reactions a lot more than offense reactions. Or offense attack reactions. So it's not bad in there. And then also we have, yeah, because like I feel like Saver cares too much about heroes being marked. I mean, so does Mark of the Black Widow, but notably this is like significantly more value. Me drawing a card off of an on hit is just fine. Me having to get a card from their deck off the top is even better. So I do like that value. Okay, so let's go ahead. We're going to take this into Talishar. I will create a game. Oh, okay. Well, I'm set up as player 1, so I don't know if this is going to matter. Actually, I'm going to leave. I'm going to refresh. I'm going to re-log in. I want this effect here. Okay. All right, there we go. So we're going to play a quick game. I've got some matchups here. Oh, nice. Okay. So let's see. Hello. Good luck. Have fun. All right. What cards did I add that I did not put in here? Yeah. So effectively what we want to do is like fat deck this. The reason being is because we're trying to make sure that if their goal is fatigue, ours is not. Our goal is just hit them. But notably, I'm going first, so I'm just going to Arsenal Pass probably. Unless I like hate my hand and I have a Codex in hand. Nope, I'm good. So I will in fact just Arsenal Pass. Has them keep a whole hand. This is also interesting, the Mark of the Huntsman here. I wonder if they're playing that more effective build. So they're gonna get to gain a life, draw a card. I guess I could think of this, right? Let's actually block with. Let's block with Double Trouble here. This is fine. Okay. So we can just pain in the backside, leave no witnesses here. I guess I probably should have blocked the one that marked me, but pain in the backside. Okay, so they'll also be marked. That's kind of cool. Whoops, no, I want to swing this. I'm getting their arsenal? That's got to be a D-rack down there, right? Wow, we got 2 blues. Huh. That's something. Okay. I'll say no blocks to the dagger because I'm already marked. 1 to the infect. Block 1. That's fine. I will get rid of... So what I want to do here is I want to double trouble rain razors. I actually think I'm going to get rid of spreading plague here. That's okay. Oh, interesting. So what? There's a world in which we pain, then double trouble razors this Command and Conquer. No, we'll let it hit. It's 1. And now I'm no longer marked, so we'll take that as a W. I could even theoretically do other stuff here too, but... All right, try to mark you again. That's sweet. Okay, we will actually... We're going to send a double trouble. I'd like to clear up a clave here. So we're going to send a double trouble. See what they end up doing with this. No arsenal, notably. I kind of want to keep an arsenal because I want to... Oh, you know what? I could pop these here too. So I can send CNC if I really wanted to. Okay. 2 cards, razors and stains. You know what? I think I'm going to put a card in here because I have a feeling they're going to... Well, they have no good targets, so they're probably not going to CNC here. Or Codex here. I will... You know what? Just for the sake of sending damage... The closer I get them down to 0, the better this becomes. So I think we're just going to do that. Perfect. Okay. So again, Codex this turn kind of sucks, but it also could just be fine. I don't think we're going to get this. I mean, we could get the bonds off. No, we could not. Bonds is going to get blocked here. Which is fine. Because I don't want them to mark me notably. That kind of sucks too. You know what? Sure. Okay, you are going to spike it. That's fine. We can just prevent some damage here. I think the real question here is, do I want a T-Toxin? Do I want to do this? I think I am. Yeah, that's pretty good hand. Because they would have gotten that leave no, and they got a sink instead. Oh, that's fucking peak right there. So they get a sink below to use, which is kind of good for them. And they did have the Codex here, so what do they even get? They wouldn't have gotten it. What do they get? Art of Desire Body. Interesting. We could theoretically do... I mean, let's just put Leave No in there. I'll discard... Which is more important? Oh. Oh, they have... Notably, they're going to have the Sink Below ability, but it's also to the end of their... Interesting. Nice. Hell yeah, dude. I'm happy to hear that. Now we'll block that out. I think it'll be fine. Notably, it has them lose the sync ability, so I think we're just going to pass. That way they don't get access to the other nonsense. This is a hand I'd like to keep. We'll see whether or not we get to. Because this is pretty good. We can Art of Desire, Kiss of Death, T-Toxin, Kasai cooking now. Kasai loves that card without a shadow of a doubt. I think there's a world I give a card here. I think I might actually give up Take of the Mantle here. They want me marked, I think. Okay, they're gonna flick the other dagger. That's fine. Now they have... Okay, Spinneret. Chalister for 4, sure. Okay. So yeah, this is actually pretty good. We do get the Leave No Witnesses in here too, so theoretically we can do that. We can do this. We could probably even... I actually probably should have... No, this is actually fine. We're going to T-Toxin that, and then we're going to hit him with this. That's good. Gain life, draw card. Ooh. Ooh. That's pretty cool. Send 4. Give me the boots. Is a D-React. We could mark them for good measure here, which I think I will do. Yeah, pretty glad we did. All right, so this is just damage here, yeah. If they come for our arsenal, I can just simply block with Crown. Okay, T-Tox up to 6, sure. Glad I didn't block. 4. Cool. All right, so this turn is Kiss of Death. Well, we could Bonds. No, we don't have the reactions. We are definitely going to be Kiss of Death. Put one of those infiltrates in the bottom there. Okay. Okay, sick. Swing and infiltrate. Give me 3, flick the dagger. That's 2 more damage. Actually, and you get another Blood Rot Pox. That's so sick. That's so sick. All right, and then we just put this shit in Arsenal. They're gonna take 4, probably. Okay, there's a kiss. I think there's a world we mark this, or we block this. They're not gonna pitch to this, so they're gonna take 2. We have Kiss it. Oh, we have game. Sure. Okay, that's fine. Okay. Okay, 2 Blood Rot Pox. Hit him with the Kiss of Death. See if they've got the shelter. They got the sink below. GG. Good game. Good game. Pretty good here. I think that was the spike. The spike on the Kiss of Death was kind of what we needed. Being able to pump it, give it the additional value of the on hit of a Blood Rot Pox, and then flicking it for another Blood Rot Pox. Pretty good. What do our damage numbers look like? We did 814, 814, 4. That's kind of where we were at here. Our opponent was on 10, 6, 14, 8, 11, 10. Their numbers look better. I think overall they threatened what? They threatened 59. We threatened 48. They threatened more damage than we did. But we won. So yeah, they dealt 33, we dealt 35. Their turn was pretty important. Yeah, blocking does matter. That is true. And especially in the mirror, like I'd much rather block any kind of like nastier on hits. Notably, not being marked is pretty good. When they have to give us a dagger to mark us, or they have to do some, like the fact that I won with no daggers is pretty good. Obviously, when I drew into my Kiss of Death, what, 3 turns in a row pretty much, that was kind of good. But yeah, because I put a Kiss of Death to the bottom, and then I also drew 2, so it was just kind of that part in the stack. But not terrible. I'd say that does pretty well. I felt good into that matchup. What are they on? And they're on Stains. So Stains is very interesting. I like this from the concept of giving your second attack, you know, go again in +3. I think that's great. Notably, it's, you know, they block the first one, you flick them, you attack with the second attack, and then you Stains. Huge value off of that entirely. So I could see the value in this. All their shelters were down at the bottom of their deck, so they were on shelter, but did not end up seeing it early enough. Other than that, I think that's the only thing our deck really is different on. They're not on Spike with Blood Rot. They're on 1 Spike with Blood Rot. Am I crazy? Am I not seeing another one in here? No, and they're not in here, right? No. Huh. They are in Mark of the Black Widows. Pain in the backside. I think also notably they presented how much? I forget who's me. How do I tell which one's me? I think this might be me. Oh no, they Codex, so that was not me. Yeah, so this is me. So yeah, so I'd imagine, I don't know, does it say how many cards I presented compared to them? I know I presented 67. Maybe it doesn't say it. Oh well, pretty fun. So that was kind of a rundown of the mirror, at least. I do really think the mirror kind of comes down to who has the better reactions there. I do think that we didn't really see anything in regards to Spreading Plague. I don't know that there is a world in which bringing Spreading Plague into that matchup matters, outside of the fact, like, so this is my whole thing with Spreading Plague, right? And correct me if I'm wrong, anybody who plays Assassin. I think Spreading Plague is really good, but only when it's like the second cycle, because then your opponent is probably due to block a little bit more. And when they're blocking more, you can then go about sending, like for instance, they blocked one of my 3 power attacks with 3 of their equipment pieces. And I literally could have gotten 6 Blood Rot Pox, or like 3 Blood Rot Pox, 6 damage on my opponent if I had a Spreading Plague at the moment, which is like just impossible for them to deal with, right? So it's funny because a lot of these red matters decks, like these red line crazy hyper aggro decks, they don't want to block. So Spreading Plague doesn't make any sense to bring into them. But it's a great card to block with because it blocks 3, pitches for a dagger, and should you have your Tunic resource up and they want to block out something that's like a Bonds of Agony, if they block with 3 cards and you play Spreading Plague pass, pretty good. I think that's pretty good, but I could be wrong. But I don't know. I think it's an interesting take. What I would like to do now is I would like to look at another video kind of going over Assassin. This is an individual's deck list who this is a pretty in-depth line. I'm not sure if this is this individual's list, but we're gonna have to see. So let me go ahead and flip it on over here. Hopefully you guys can hear it. If you can't, let me know. I'm also going to...
Hi, and welcome to the channel. Today I want to share with you all my Arakni Slip Through the Cracks deck. I will go over card choices. We will show some cool lines that you can pull off and have a lot of fun.
42-minute video.
Impressive hero, to be honest. In case you don't know what I'm doing here, I record
also
gameplay videos.
I did not even bother shouting them out yet. Go check out Leave No Witnesses on YouTube. This is their video.
In order to get better, I try to upload very frequently. I have 100 games in the other playlist for Arakni Marionette. You see all the ups and downs of learning that hero, and now I'm moved on to Arakni Slip Through the Cracks, and quite honestly, I have a lot of fun. So, in the middle of July, we are in High Seas meta. Gravy Bones has been released. The Necromancer class has surfaced, and we all have to work around it. How do we deal with another ally-based board state hero? And quite honestly, it's been a lot of fun playing. So come with me, and we'll look at why you should play this deck and how you can perform well at your next event. So thanks for joining. If you have any questions or comments, please put them below. If you're not subscribed yet, I appreciate all of the support I can get, and thanks for watching. Why would you play this deck? Let's look at the hero real quick.
All right. So real talk, though. What do we got here? First stealth attack each turn gets go again, but we're on 38 life. Totally fine. 2 life losses in the end of the world. Flexible game plan can go aggressive, go wide, apply on-hit pressure, or pivot to defense. Very accurate. That's kind of the thing that I like a lot. I'm not going to lie. I think the reason why I enjoyed this deck so much is because it threatens nearly the exact same thing as Dromai did, just without all the hand ripping. It was a little bit more hand ripping when it came to the technicality of it, because they would have to have a popper to deal with the dragons. And if I blocked, or if they blocked with a popper to blow up a dragon, that's effectively me saying you don't get a power card on your turn, and I lose a dragon for it. But in this situation, I get to swing my attack, they get to block, and they still block ineffectively, which is pretty good. Assassin class with built-in 3 blocks and natural disruption. Again, that is something that I enjoyed about Dromai, and it's something I don't quite like about Gravy Bones, is because what made Dromai super well is that all of the dragons blocked for 3. A good portion of your deck was these invocations, and the invocations blocked for 3. Because they blocked for 3, it allowed you to set up a lot more of these games in which you're just sending Rav Rabble, Scar for a Scar, you know, Billing Mirage, and maybe a few Ashwings. And then you're still blocking effectively with all your D-Reacts in your deck. You're able to activate things like Flamescale Furnace off a red Sink Below. You're able to play things like Sand Cover, and it's just very good. Very good. And so it helps being able to have all of your cards besides like a couple, right? Pain in the Backside, Pick Up the Points, Codex of Frailty, notably. I think those are the only 2 blocks in the deck. So 9 2 blocks in total if I'm running all 9. Which I guess it's 8 because I'm only running 2 pickup points. So 8 2 blocks. So that allows us for some pretty powerful turns to be able to just like block effectively, send some disruption. Even if our disruption is send 1 attack with stealth and then send another attack with stealth, that's going to rip 2 cards out of my opponent's hand. And it notably allows us to do things like flick, so on and so forth. But in a best case scenario, it's going to be a attack and then pump it with an attack action or attack reaction.
Arakni slipped through the cracks. The first attack with stealth, each turn gets go again. Wow, that sounds really good. But be aware, this is a static ability, and it also counts for your opponent's turn and their first stealth attack. Go again is a really powerful keyword, especially in Assassins. We long time have been suffering under the lack of action points and or go again in our decks. And now we have a hero that has it printed on the hero card. So we need to live with the 38 life that he has and not the full 40, but I think it's well worth it because it's a lot of fun. Game plan wise.
Also, let me just put this into perspective, the fact that this ability of just go again on your first stealth attack, this is Chain. Like they didn't do that thing for Chain because they were like, yeah, just base go again on your stuff really fucked up. But now we have Slippy, which is notably worse.
We can be really flexible. We can play aggressive. We can go wide. We can go tall with attack reactions. We apply disruptive on-hit effects. Again, with attack reactions. We can pump these through. We can also take it back and pivot to defending. We have D-reacts to our exposal. Most of all, if not all, our cards block for 3. Assassin has a lot of 3 blocks. And because of that, we are a really flexible deck. And currently, we are well positioned in the current metagame. If we look at the Gravy Bones matchup, this is a slightly favored matchup, as well as the Syndra matchup, which is also slightly favored. And we also have game in all the other heroes.
Yeah,
so
Chain was a lot,
the deck and
for
the card
sure.
choices. You will see we built the deck.
The other downfall of that was it also gave you an entirely new hand, right?
Attack reactions. We have a little dagger.
It was like, cool, these cards in your banish zone, you get to use them too.
Dagger. And we have a defensive package as well to cover up all the points that I mentioned before. Let's now look at all the cards and go through them one by one. Our deck has 30 reds, 6 yellows, and 12 blues of what I consider the main deck. That's 48 cards, and that means we need to add 12 cards to have 60 playables, and these 12 we select on matchup. Right? Let's go over first our equipment loader.
I think my big problem with Slippy is how much of a mid-range player I am. I'm the crazy person who's always unmovable and a bit large of a D-rack package. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's certainly nice to have it, but like, I guess the downside here is like, this is where there's a video that's out there that I can't remember the name of it, but effectively it's, I've never actually watched it notably, but I can only assume what it's about. In that, like, the term mid-range is not like very effective in Flesh and Blood, because if you're really good on defense, you can fatigue your opponent. If you're really good on offense, you can kill your opponent before they get to their pitch stack. But if you're both, you like kind of don't have a nice end game plan in most cases. Like, I'd almost think board state decks are a lot like that, because board state decks just, they have all of their attacks are on board and they never lose them outside of them having to be killed by your opponent. And then you just get to have a whole bunch of cards in your hand that block really well, right? That's kind of how I view it. I play mid-range. Yeah, just race Slippy on Dawnblade. Yeah. But like, what do you do on Dawnblade when you get a whole, like, you know, several blue cards ripped from your hand? Can you even like do anything on your turn? Because I'll gladly block Dawnblade counters when you're at like 4, just because you're going to be like, cool, I know that they're not going to block. I keep less cards in my hand. I D-react, and you go, okay, cool, I guess I'll lose all my counters and we'll reset. And by that point, you're at like X less life than me. but maybe I'm different. I don't know. Yeah, having two hands was worse. Yeah, more of how I've played it versus it and never felt weak into the deck. Yeah. Board state centric, focused around extremely high average output. Yeah, it is. But what the video had showcased is effectively that mid-range doesn't really exist in the game. It's more so tempo, or notably combo. Combo is kind of that where that mid-range is, because you get to block effectively while you are setting up your combo in second cycle, and then your turn is just send a million damage at your opponent and hope it kills them. And that tends to be the case. So Block was in gravy. Yeah, actually. I see more and more gravies cutting allies and putting in D-reacts in their deck. At least locally, I see that. So I don't know that it's right, but it is something. I mean, when they're in an aggro meta, like, it's kind of hard for anything to be different, but right. I mean, that's how I like to build most of my decks, is to kind of have, really, I like decks that have an aggro package and a turtle package. If they have both, wonderful, right? Even if it's just sending in 6D reacts and a bunch more 3 blocks, we're fine. But notably, I need to be able to find a way to kill them, right? Like, I could block out all of, like, Dio, right? But there's no point for me to block out Dio. The point of the batter is for me to race them, so that anytime I swing something at them that says, if this hits you, you are going to lose a card from your hand, and their answer is no blocks, then I'll just continue to put on the pressure and hope that we catch them off guard. Like, you know, it is what it is, I guess. But Bolton's definitely combo, for sure. I mean, it's literally set up Lumina's, hit with Raiden for 6 3 times in a row, or you can do literal combo Bolton back with Centauri Sabers. That was also a lot.
So we will play Black Tech Whisperers as a default. It blocks for 1. We value blocking 1 higher than Unconditional Go Again in this deck because of our hero.
Also, notably, can y'all see the text over there on the left side of your screen? That's got all the chat in it. Like, is that readable? Is that legible to everyone? I just want to make sure that if I need to change anything about it, I do. Maybe get another soda. You're on phone. You can read. Okay, cool. Wonderful.
Go again isn't as needed, I think. Black Tech also has the ability of being a starts in play, stays in play, attack reaction.
Boats puffin'.
Bonds of Agony easier. We could buy back with 2 silvers. We could buy back the Black Tech Whisperers. I gotta say, I don't pull this off very often, and I would say this is not the main reason we play this card. Crown of Providence. As far as my testing goes, I think this is the premier headpiece for Arakni Slip Through the Cracks. It blocks for 2. It clears an arsenal in case we get under pressure from Command and Conquer or from Conqueror of the High Seas. We can put Crown once a game. We get a card in our hand. Alternatively, we can also use it to more progressively and proactively filter our hand and our arsenal. It's really good bailout. It's also 2 block. We don't have so much block on equipment, so this could be really, really good, for example, against the Prism, dealing with Inherit of Erudition, for example, blocking 2 with the head and 3 from hand. Hoping they don't have the pump.
Hoping they don't have the pump is correct. You know what? What we'll do, I would love to watch this whole thing. I might watch it in my own time, though. It is a 42-minute video, and I'd much rather get some games in. So we'll probably continue to do that while we look at this here. So let's get another game in. See who we go against. Riptide. Okay, so fucking Rangers rock my shit. So I'm curious what I run into this. I think we run Crown. We definitely we're running everything here. They're notably also, they tend to be more aggressive. So I'm going to bring running this piece here. Let's not bring Infiltrate. Let's bring these, because they're going to be on Manta and not Dreadboard. I'm almost certain of it. Spreading Plague, they're not going to really want to block, although it's going to be great late game. Shred's going to be kind of cool. Yeah, I mean, it all turns on traps, but I don't really like care so much. So Winter Splin, that's funny. All right, so I'm going first. I theoretically just want to kind of start sending shit, so we'll do that. Not a bad beginning hand. I think I'm going to be able to leak damage here for sure. No, I'll be fine. The thing is, they're more aggressive, so they're not on so many traps. Both. Like, that's already fucking insanely huge. Are you kidding me? Like, the fact that I just got 6 damage off the top there, like, that's kind of fucking insane. Okay, block 5. I'm gonna pump and then flick. I'm gonna flick the Kiss of Death. So it's gonna deal 2 damage to them. And then I'm gonna pump it to 6. I'm gonna get a hit off. I'm gonna draw a card. All fucking day, baby. Ooh-wee, that's crazy. 10 damage on the first turn. They're gonna send some weird dumb shit. Okay, so if we don't let this hit, we're fine, is what I'm hearing. So we could block 7, send I will block 7. Fire in the hole. Toxicking shot. What is this one? Hits, I get a courage and a quicken token. That's so fine. It's insane. Well, they're not gonna have an arsenal. No, I don't care. I'll take the things. I don't give a shit. I don't give a freaking heck, dude. Oh, look at that. Yeah, it's got reload on hero. Cool. Well, you should send this for 4. That's fine. I'm just trying to kill him. That's my whole thing. I just want to kill him. They've got 2 cards in hand. Literally pass. Hello? That's fucking crazy, dog. Absolutely fucking nuts. Absolutely fucking nuts. Bonds of Attraction. Huh. Maybe we just do this here. Do you remember Rumblehands? Yeah, I do. I think there's a world in which I can just get this. So what we can do is, yeah, that's actually so fucking good. It's crazy. Hello? We'll just do this. Yeah, it'll be fine. If they got 2 D-reacts, they've got it. I don't care. Let them use it on this one. Okay, Tarpit Trap. So no on hit? Okay. Okay, that's fine. Send Double Trouble. That was bait. Sick. Okay. We're going to flick this. We're going to have it resolve. I'm then going to take up the mantle. I can choose Kiss of Death, have it go up to 6 and hit again. I can also choose Art of Desire Body. I could also just not do anything. Notably, this gets pumped. This will be... Yeah, we do this. It's fine. Another Tar Pit Trap. That's fine. We don't get the trick off this one here, though, so... Sure. Take 8. I don't give a freaking heck, dog. That I'm blocking all fucking day. Hello? So we can Orb Weaver. Do we maybe just triple react on that? I think that's probably fine. Because we're definitely blocking here. And then we're going to block. I'd have to flick my other freaking dagger. That's fine. Yeah, Dreadbore is crazy good. Let's just go ahead and fucking send this shit. Yeah, like that could be the case, I guess. Oh wait, hold on. Shit. I'm so sorry, dude. I'm so sorry. I'm doing this first. And then I'm doing this. Because I can flick this dagger. I'm like, wait a minute. Yeah, this isn't Dreadbore. Okay, so we can get 3 off this, which is what I want to see. So we react. Blocking 9. So this brings it up to... That's enough. I think that's actually... Because this is +3, 6. Yeah, that brings it up. Dude. Dude. So we still get some damage off, notably, and they have to shuffle. Pretty good, but they did return fire so freaking crazy in here. It's insane. Like they just get to send fucking 7 back at us. Yeah, I do want to close combat chain. Yeah, send 7, block 6. I can send a pick up the point. I might actually block 5 here. I might get the double trouble out of my hand. Like, fine, I guess. We're not going to pay for the dagger. Okay. Can't I react with this as an instant? Am I crazy? Guess I can't. Okay. Sure. That kind of sucks for me, but all right. Notably have an arsenal now. Oh, a D-react, 2 D-reacts is pretty good here. Ah, okay. Defense reaction. I'll block out some damage here. Bullseye bracer. 5 on hit reload. Oh, God. I mean, do I really care? It's probably an endless arrow, right? If it's an endless arrow, are they really going to shoot it? I'll take 5. Sure. Dry powder shot. Sure. See if I think they're out of tar pit traps, notably. They have one more in their deck. No, they pitched one. And they're down a collapsing trap, notably. We could spike here, kind of fucking nuts, actually. They'd have to try and give us 2 of these here if that matters, but yeah, we're gonna do that. I'd much rather this happen. That's so sick for us. 2 spikes. We're gonna try and threaten another card out of their hand. So sick. So sick for us, actually. So sick. Okay. Ooh. Ooh. Okay, red spine, load, fire this with go again. Okay, what do I do? Orb Weaver, Kiss of Death. Take up the... No. Swing dagger, take up the mana? Yeah, that's what I'd have to do, right? That's if they don't kill us this turn, right? Okay, lace, load. Sure. X. Okay, so I lose a card. Okay. Yeah, Orb Weaver Kiss Dagger Codex was the plan. It is no longer. Now I can theoretically just Orb Weaver Kiss. They're getting a Searing Shot. They're gonna get a Ponder. So now effectively I can Orb Weaver Kiss Command and Conquer, which is probably what I'll do. Well, do I really want to... This is Searing Shot's going to come in for what? 7? Oh, that kills me, doesn't it? Maybe there's a world in which Prognosis is better. No, it's just Kiss of Death, and then you just keep Kiss of Death in your hand. So I can keep flicking Kiss of Death. We'll just get rid of the... They're always going to try and have an arsenal, right? I think I'm fine taking 2 here. They're going to take 4. We're going to ponder first and see if they get a blue. No. Cool. All right. So we'll send the Kiss of Death for 2. This only has AB or Blade Break 1, so they're gonna have to give us a card. See if we get 2 out of it. Okay. So we get no value off that. Oh, just kidding. Fuck. That hurts a lot. Oh, that's kind of good for them. Fuck me. Dude, what the hell? Golden Shot 9? Yeah, Riptide is good when they roll good, for sure. So notably, like, I just kind of have to hope they don't have anything to ping me with. If they have a Frailty Trap, I just die. But it's fine. They could have another bunk hand. I mean, I don't know where we're at right now with that, but they blocked with 2 cards to fully block it. That's fine. Yeah, sure. Okay, another Seek and Destroy. Another Premeditate. Load. Why wouldn't you just load off Riptide? Okay, I guess. 10 damage. I have to give them the whole hand here. I could have given Flick Knives there, probably. Here, Shelter. I really don't want to give him Flick Knives because that's definitely how I fucking win this shit. Okay, another pump. Get out of here. Falcon Wing, okay, so that tracks. We could give this and then pass. Wait, did they have Rain Razors? I guess I died to that, huh? For 4. I gotta keep something, right? They didn't arsenal that card. How many D-Reacts are we through already? We're through all of them? None of them. Hold on, what? Shelter? Swift Shot. Okay, 4. And it fucking blows for us. We're gonna have to give 2 cards on this? Yuck. Yuck. I shouldn't have blocked with black text so early. I don't know, give you 6, I guess. See if you can load another one. I mean, obviously you can. Yeah, okay. Interesting. 2 Bolton shots? Might get a W here, actually. I'm gonna try and trick him. I do think Persuasive probably would have been better to do, but I don't know. We're fighting for our life here. D-Reacts, we love to see them. I keep 2 cards. These 2 cards right here is all I fucking need to keep. 8. I can't keep 8. Fuck. Fuck. I guess I could just keep sending daggers, right? They have to give me a card? God, why isn't one of these a fucking D-React? We've not seen... Have we seen any of our sync belows recently? No? I can give... Actually, I can give this and keep Shelter in here. Actually, I think that's... No, I need this Justin X so bad. It's crazy. But I don't have any more blues. No, we should set up for a safe turn. I'll set up for a safe turn. Okay. Why doesn't he arsenal it? Oh, because he can't. He can't arsenal anything. 7. I mean, he's gonna fatigue us at this rate, so 7 is a lot of damage. He's still got the red spine here. I'll give 7, I guess. I'll do this one. That's pretty good. Send a 4 damage. Oh, thank fuck. God, we're so good at this game. We're so good at this game. No, they're gonna need to find a trap. There's no way they don't, though. Return fire, okay. Can he gets like he can technically not utilize this, right? Does he have to discard? He does not have to discard, right? He does. Oh, let's go. Let's go. There's no way. It's a trap. 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 Oh, great in space. Let's go. Let's go. That's what we like to see. Good game. Holy crap. Oh, where was it? There was the tar pit trap. It was right there. Oh my gosh. I have never been more on the edge of my seat a day in my life. Wow. So, okay. What I need to know, because I can't remember, I definitely lucked out. For sure I lucked out. New Horizons says you can't put cards in your banish zone, like at all? Or was he just choosing to not put cards in his banish zone? Like, am I crazy? I thought it just said destroy the cards in your banish zone. And that was the trade-off. That's what I thought. He chose not to. Now, tell me why he would choose not to do that. What would be the reason to do that? Like, it does not make any sense to me why you wouldn't put something in there just so you could draw a new hand. Like, that does not make any sense to me. So shot. Oh, that's right, because it needs to be put in arsenal face up. That's right. That's the clause. That and dry powder shot. I mean, they had 2 traps left in their deck. One of them a tar pit, the other one a buzzsaw. I notably did not get buzzsawed, so we're in a good spot there. Okay, so you know what that means, folks. A fucking 60% win rate on this bit. I lost. It's funny because I lost to Riptide and Marlin previously. This Marlin, you guys may have seen my Bluesky tweet or my Bluesky post about it, but like, I shit you not, this Marlin just had, I think it was like 6 King Kraken harpoons in a row. It was like King Kraken, King Kraken, King Kraken, all with overpower. King Kraken, freaking Redfin harpoon, King Kraken, and I was like, what the frick? Like, I was like, how do I beat any of this? Like, this is impossible to do unless I have like a handful of like reacts. So that was a lot. God, we almost definitely died to that Riptide. That's crazy. You just can't beat it. I know, and that's like, it is really funny because if people are assuming this is such a hyper aggro meta, like Marlin definitely kills the hell out of aggro decks. So why aren't more people playing it? Like, is it just an auto loss into everything else that like it's not worth playing? Is this kind of like the Vincent problem, where when Aurora and Syndra were like the best decks in the meta, that Vincent was really good, but she wasn't good into anything else. Highest brick rate in the game, really? Woof. Yeah, that sucks. Also, notably, this is another game in which I did not see... I mean, I didn't play Spreading Plague into this hero because I knew they weren't going to block. But maybe that's information enough. I haven't gotten to really do much with Spreading Plague yet, which kind of sucks. But as we go against our hero, oh, like playing her with the what do you call it? The Red Spine Manta. Like, I gotta say, like, Riptide being that crazy is insane to me. Like, the fact that Riptide is just out here slinging 7-power arrows so consecutively into other, like, 4 to 6 power arrows, that's a lot. But I don't know. Like, I do definitely think that Ranger is, like, the most, like, they have to have it or I can win into Slippy. Like, it seems correct. I also just, like, again, 3 Spreading Plague might be too much. Like, what would I put in? What would I do with this? What did I take out? I put in a fucking Bonds of Attraction. Mark of the Black Widow also has not come up a lot. But the deck is fun. I like how it plays. I think it's consecutive enough to be able to do a lot. Marlon has potential now. Why? So I guess that's the thing, is why now all of a sudden? Why does she have potential right now? Is it because aggro? Like, if it's really like a hyper brick deck, I mean, you don't have access to things like, what do you call it? Frickin', you don't have access to things like Red in the Ledger. And we're Death Dealer. Outshined by, well, yeah. She gets outshined by Gravy because, I mean, let's be honest, also, like, the Gravy Marlin matchup is just so Gravy favored. Like, ally heroes are so, like, favored into Rangers. They always have been. But I don't know. I mean, as far as my results are going, like, it's not terrible. It's only like 5 games. So let's try getting another one in and see what we can do here. See if we can get another game in here. King of Mice, Puffin. Interesting. Puffin. I don't really know what I do with this deck. Probably Crown, because they're gonna try and hit me with things. It's probably gonna be a longer game. I definitely want to try and... I can't really play their stuff. I think I play a bit more defensive. Sure. Have anything shreddable? You can shred. No. Yeah, you know what? We'll send 62 and send it. Lone Shark. Don't care about shredding stuff. Okay. Yeah, I was like, I don't think she has anything shreddable, but because she had 3 gold. Okay, Okay, so notably, this is going to be kind of wild. I don't know what this is going to look like. I've never faced against a Puffin. I know Palantir sucks, so I'm hoping to... I guess I probably should have brought Mask and fucking, what do you call it? 2 Loan Sharks? Oh my god. What is this setup? It's also Spitfire Puffin. Why would you not just shoot me? Couldn't you just shoot me? Why didn't you just shoot me? Interesting. Okay, oof. You know what? No. I'm just gonna send this. T-Toxin and draw card, hopefully. Golly, that's fucking bad. All right. That was a really bad starting hand, I gotta say. Gotta say, that was kind of fucking cringe. Cool, I can kill the bird. They're also playing really quick, so this is not their first time playing fucking Puffin. I don't care about this damage. I don't care about 4 damage. Mark of Black Widow is crazy right here, though. Especially double T-Toxin. Like, hello? That's what I don't like to see. I have to defend with a piece of equipment. Destroy a defending card. Golly. Okay, so I guess I theoretically can give... Maybe I get rid of one of the T-Toxins in my deck. Or in my hand. Or I can draw. Oh, we're crazy about it. We're kind of fucking crazy about it. That's fine. I'll take 6. That was a lot of damage. Holy shit. Okay, I'm trying to kill this fucking bird. So we can just do... If we do this... Yeah, we're gonna kill the bird. I'm gonna pitch here and here. Kill the bird. I'm then gonna pick up the point. I'm gonna swing this at them. Oh shit. Guess I fucked that up, didn't I, huh? No, never mind. What the fuck am I doing? I'm stupid. I'm stupid and dumb collectively. I'm just like, wait a minute, how do I, oh, that's good. Okay. Pinion Sentry, interesting. Tap cog, you get a golden cog. I'm going to flick this. Let it resolve. And then I'm going to T-Toxin. Now they get a card from their hand. Cool. Yeah, I'll close Covet Chain. 2 cards in hand. Shelter. Cog in the machine. Dovetail. 5, technically 8. This is coming for 8. They have the cogs. They also have 1 card in hand and 1 float. Is there a world in which I pick up the point, pitch, Art of Desire body, try to draw a card? No. We'll block 4 here and just have them have it, I guess. That's fine. Block out like some of the damage, I guess. Give this more. Take. So yeah, 8. No go again. Oh, they had an action point from fucking. Oh, I guess they cranked a cog. Makes a little bit more sense. This is 5. Sure. Two, sure. It's like definitely a lot of damage, but I have a feeling these are gonna. I mean, these all fall off at the beginning of their turn, right? They lose 4 cogs. Yeah, I do want to do that. I guess I could have theoretically. No, I didn't have the resources. Get a dagger back. Yeah, they'll make more, but like, I don't really mind if they do. Like 4 cogs is a lot, but like, if their whole hand is just set up cogs and then pass back to me, it's gonna feel real bad for them, I think. At least. It's gonna flick. Yeah. Yeah, we'll flick a dagger, sure. Yeah. Send dagger. Another 1 damage. Notably, they could have blocked with this to make a cog, but it's fine. Okay, so they lose all 4 golden cogs. They're gonna make 1, get an action point back. Zeppelin. They need to tap this cog in order to do it. They'd also need to tap it in order to get it back. Notably, that could bring it to 7. It could also give it go again. Oh, no, just +1. It can't. Yeah, go again on hit is pretty good. Yeah, because you make a cog. So for 7, I mean, do I block 7 here? I mean, they don't get a cog though, so theoretically we could probably block. Actually, this might be nuts. I think it's good to block here. Okay, take 1. They don't get to make a cog. Okay, it's pretty good. Notably, our turn is this. And then we're going to try and black deck here. They're going to block it. There's just no way they're not. I almost want to not pop black text so I can just arsenal this. Probably have a Copper Garg in Arsenal. That sounds about right. I mean, if they do, it's fine. I don't care what I hit. Okay, they're going to Galvanize. Destroy an item you control. If you do this, gets +1. Are you choosing to Galvanize? Yeah. Okay, that's fine. I can just arsenal this card then. Goldwing turbines, I get to crank again. Sink below in hand, pretty good. Notably, we can start doing Kiss of Death shenanigans now. Pitch to draw, Copper Cog. They drew one. Goldwing again. Interesting. Spitfire. Okay. 9? They did all this for 9 damage on Spitfire? Sure, I'll take 2. I will then Kiss of Death. Time to send some damage. Fate Foreseen. Okay. That's so nice for us, actually. Hello. So notably, we could Codex here and just like get something out of their hand. I think we should still send this and try to bait. I mean, they block here, it's fine. We still flick the dagger, deal 2 damage, and they have 3 cards in hand. Also, notably, their deck is thinning. Okay, Pog, right? This is what we want. We want to flick the dagger. We want this to resolve. And then I want to give it go again. There it is. That's fine if they had it. I don't care that I lost the boots. Just means that I didn't pop anything here, so. So 2 D-reacts in hand. They lose their last gold to a cog. A tunic resource. They send Cogworks. Crank it again. Draw a card. Soup up for 4. Go again. What does my turn look like? I can... I could send CNC and then Bloodrot Pox it. I don't want this other Codex in my hand. Interesting. I think I just block 3 here. I'll block a little bit more on something else too if I need to, and then I can just Codex on my turn. Palantir. Okay. Guess I get this. And then I'm gonna give you... Fuck. This gets what? Let's get +2, so it can go up to 8. Notably, it's gonna destroy whatever it fucking hits anyway, but... Oh no, I'm sorry. It can go up to 9. So... I'll just block 9. I don't give a shit. I don't give a freaking heck, dog. That's cool. Get a lead now. Is it correct to play Codex in hand to force an arsenal? I guess you force an arsenal anyway? right? Okay. Sure. Yeah, sure, we'll add that to arsenal. Another, okay, so I'm losing my flick knives. I see what's happening here. That's fine. Sure. Get a cog and then do it. Oh, that's so fucking cool, dude. That's so cool. That's so cool, actually. It just destroys this, so it'll do nothing. Yeah, no kidding. We have no... God, that sucks. There's no fucking actual cards in our hand that do shit. This is a block hand. I'm gonna give them... They're gonna get rid of one of these 3 blocks. I wonder if I'm supposed to wait until after these resolve first. Oh, it'd have to be in the reaction step. It's fine. Take 1. Send 3. See about marking you. Enjoy my games where I force my opponents to lose their deck, whichever lets me win into the Syndras. Yeah, I mean, I'm fine losing everything here. I don't really give a shit. Just because, like, I'm already at less life. So... just means that my Kiss of Death doesn't do much else. Okay, you're marked. Copper Cog, crank it. No gold. Lone Shark, okay. Crank one of those. Draw a card. Soup up for 4. Notably, no further fucking cards. This is ass. Spreading Plague I can at least play on this, which is pretty good. Well, we're gonna block with that. And they're through all 3 Palantirs now. 1, 2. Oh no, they've only been through 2 Palantirs? That's crazy. I thought they were in... Alright. Cogwork Zeppelin. Okay, so this will be... They only have 1 gold? 1 cog? So they need to tap 1, up it to 7. I guess I could just block 9 here, right? And just fucking deal with it. They're gonna get a brick hand at some point here when they can't get gold any longer. Yeah. I think there's a turn in which it's fine, right? We're through the Palantirs and everything, so we don't need to worry about all that. Now it's just block effectively. And they're through all their soup ups too. All their red soup ups are gone. Yeah, Dovetail will definitely do it. 6, again, they can go ahead and go up to 8, and then they'd have to tap, so we can give them... Give them 9. They take 2 damage. We play Orb Weaver. We send 6. Okay, they got a Favor Scene off. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool, awesome, and cool. We still get to hit him with a Infect. And the Sink Below. Crazy work. Okay, so this is like almost of the same level here. Okay. Backup protocol, double crank, draw a card, do nothing, pass. What are they getting? Soup up for 7? Sick. I will. So like this, I could theoretically take. In this situation, we could send pain in the backside and then send a dagger. Yeah, into 3 PPU. I think we still send. I think we just block 6 here. We're not getting this off ever anymore. This is really, really key to kind of a good play style here. I'll block 6. Cool. 3. I'll block 3. Now, I don't know if this person is genuinely like really good at Puffin or if like there's just due to be a time that's going to be better for us. This is kind of fucking nuts. Actually, this hand, I mean, we can only hope, but there's no fucking way, right? Like, we definitely lose it all here. Yeah, dovetail. Fucking God. Okay, so it's going to be for 7 go again or 8 on hit untap cogs. They have an action point because they cranked. So notably, this is still going to get to come in. We still get to hit by 3. God, this is such a fucking good hand, though. Oh my God. I'm so fucking upset. I'm so upset at this. How many more blues do we have left in the deck? Hold on. How many more blues? We have progs, bonds, double troubles. So there's still a double trouble left in the deck. There's still another persuasive prognosis in the deck. No, we're out of persuasives. That's a bonds. This is a bonds. There's still 1 bonds of agony left in the deck, and there's a 2 double troubles left in the deck. Is there a world in which I just keep Justinek? I mean, God, this hand is so fucking insane. I'm so upset at myself. I mean, block 7 isn't terrible. Block 6, though. Sure. I'll let you hit me. Yeah. I mean, they have the action point, so theoretically they get it anyway, right? Like... Sky Skimmer for 4. Yeah, no kidding. There might be a world in which, I mean, they have the action point. Notably, if I block 3 here, they shoot me for 3. We're in just kind of like a rougher spot. I think I'm just going to block 3 here. Because I know they're going to send. I'll just block this. Like, that's what I'm sitting here thinking is like, damn, where's all the fucking, like, damage generation shit? Like, when am I going to get a good fucking hand? Flip over a yellow card in my Banished Zone, they get a gold. Yeah, that's pretty good. There's a backup red protocol. Gold. Crank, yep. Like, I don't even know what they have left. Get a fucking dovetail again. So notably only comes in for 6 go again or 7 reset your cogs. Set 8. 8, 8, 8. Don't forget this. 8. So 8's the number. If we block 6, take 2. We're Gucci. Yeah. I think 6 is the number. I think 6 is the number. We take 2. I can send graphene pass. Send kiss of death pass. Bring me down to 1. Yeah. Oh, the fucking Palantir is crazy work. In fucking sane. That's good game. Insane work. Yeah. That's nuts. I was like, what does the rest of their deck even look like? That's my whole thing, is I'm just sitting here like, where are we at, right? Like what exactly are we looking to do with this hand? Because if it's literally just like, okay, cool, like fight for our freaking lives, that's fine. I could do that. It's wild. Sunken treasures to like flip over my like stuff for treasure. Like I genuinely was just like, there's no freaking way she makes cogs at such a regular basis that it's going to be live the whole time. And then it just was. I do think the answer to this is, in fact, what do you call it? The Redback Shroud and the Mask of Perdition. I think those are correct choices. Although the deck seems to block a lot. We do have the Spreading Plagues in here. They blocked enough, but Spreading Plague would have allowed me to pop this. But notably, popping my equipment doesn't feel good, because popping my equipment indicates that they want to block. Well, yeah, but I mean, like, that's the other thing, is like you catch them on a hand of cogs and it's like, okay, cool, because they're on 4, right? Or 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 5, 6. They're on 6 cogs. Very interesting. Very fun deck, gotta say. Pretty fun. It's insane to me that just like, I don't know. I guess I just didn't find the pressure. Maybe bringing D-Reacts into this deck is wrong. I think it is 8. I mean, they do have a card flipped over in their grave. Or no, they are only on 6. It's 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 4, and then 5, 6. No, sorry. 5, 6. They're on 6. Interesting. Yeah. Very interesting. It is definitely a deck I don't expect to see a lot of, so I'm not truly like worried about how this matchup looks like. But I also think that like if I actually get the opportunity to rip a bunch of cards from my opponent's hand, it'd be pretty good. There were a couple of hands there in which I got all reactions, and that just kind of like hurt me a lot. So But interesting. All right, let's do one more. Let's do one more. It's still early enough. We can maybe get 2 in. Yeah, very interesting hero. Kasai. I think I still go... Well, it's kind of like an aggro race, but we also don't want them to get gold, so... Play way more into backup protocol, heavy with yellows as well. Ah, just about getting like stuff back effectively. Hello, good luck, have fun. I guess we go into Fang-esque kind of deal. We probably actually want these. They do have some shreddable stuff too. No, I think it's fine. 62 is good. Let's go ahead and just send a Bonds of Agony. Curious how much they block here. Sweet. Oops. So 2 Blood Rot Pox off the top. It's pretty good. 4. These are spoils. We want to make sure we're avoiding any spoils targets here. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's block 4. I don't know why I thought they weren't going to have a reaction. Okay. Sure. Let's get out. Leave no witnesses. 2. I'll give you 2. Cool. Yeah, Slippy! We're playing Slippy, Tyler! We're playing Slippy! I like this hero a lot. So I'm definitely doing my darndest to make sure I can play them at a pretty efficient level. That all you got? Pretty fucking good, actually. Fling that Kiss of Death at you. We got a Fate for Scene 2. That's crazy work, actually. What the fuck? Slice and Dice Unsheathed. No other thing outside of damage on here. I think this is a turn in which I actually just kind of let them fucking have it. Double Trouble Flick. I can play Kiss of Death again. Really, I could probably just take the mantle to get damage. Yeah, I don't give a shit about this. There's no on-hit effect, so... Oh, I guess Grains, sure. 6 more damage. Can I deal 12 to my opponent? Can I rip a card from their hand at all? I can. Yeah, I can Bonds here, actually. It's not very good. But it's something, all right. All right, remind me real quick. This pumps the next stealth attack. I think we definitely do this instead. I think we play this because we're going to try and flick our dagger here, right? We are going to try and flick. We're going to let that resolve. I'm then going to take up the mantle. I'm going to get a Bonds. And then I'm going to give it a go again. Crazy work, crazy work, crazy work. 2D reacts? Fuck. Spreading Plague is the only real, like, spice I'm trying out here, I think. Gotcha. So I should have spinner at first. Oh well, this is still fine. Yeah, so far I haven't had like a ton of use outside of the 4 damage I dealt at the beginning of my opponent's turn, or at the end of my opponent's last turn, but slice and dice, unsheathed, weapons are free. So this again. So it's another 12 fucking damage coming at me. Okay, I might have to give up crown here. The next time a weapon you control hits a hero this turn. Sure. Five. God, that's so good. In the world, I give Tunic up here? No. I don't want to give him a gold. I don't, you know what? Maybe I don't give a shit. It's whatever. They'll have a arsenal, but it's fine. Spreading, I don't like it because it costs more than 0 and Slippy goes wide, meaning people spread cards for blocking turns. I think it's fine as long as you have Tunic up. I stopped playing with blood splattered vest just because I enjoyed playing those 1 cost things a little bit. Okay, so we got a block there. And notably, Codex is just like fucking insane against warriors, so let's just get Leave No Witnesses and then send Leave No. They're gonna block it, but yep. I think I just flick a Chalicer at you. Get some damage off. Yeah, I definitely prefer the more like slightly what would be mid-range, just because like I can't seem to like full committing to that is fine. 1? No go again? There's no way you don't have like a Blade Runner in hand, right? Aha. This is the that's insane. That's crazy. Okay. Sure. Then let's go ahead. Yeah, Warrior Boot's pretty good. That's where this comes in, though. I get to send Big Clave at opponent. Except for Syndra. Only Syndra can really push that cards for insane height. Yeah. So notably, this isn't going to matter. But I still want to send this so I can put something in Arsenal. I'm going to put the Sink below in Arsenal, too. They give me a card. Maybe, if not, their whole suite of armor. Because they can give me Brave Forge and Grains, which is pretty good. Yeah. Yeah, and that's kind of it. You're really pushing that aggro situation with Vest, but I don't know. I feel like there's like a bit more consistency knowing I just have like a floating resource here that I don't have to connect a Clave with. Because God, what are these fucking hands, dog? Ew, and not the fucking hand I want to see on this. Okay. Okay, 5. It's what? +1 on this, +3 on the other. And it's +2 your next weapon attack. So we can give ooh, well. We do that. I can get rid of Codex of Frailty, probably. No. Maybe we don't crown at all. God, I hate this. That's a hand of all time, huh? So we're gonna get some copper here for sure. I feel like it's just better to not overblock here in the D react. Just give them what they want. Give them what they want, that's fine. Persuasive. Yep. Tunic. Trigger. This thing. Snag. Cool. I fucking love that shit all day. Warriors love me. Roleplay. Leave no witnesses. Send leave no. The sink below in hand. Okay. So they had the answer for everything, huh? Oh no. Put this in arsenal. That's not enough reactions. Dominates. Forgot that's how this hero worked. +1 res. Oh god, fucking hell, dude. This. Okay, what does this math look like? If I do this, I shouldn't have brought infiltrate into this matchup. What the fuck? I'm not playing anything from their banish. I guess I can get a D-react. I should prevent some damage, but preventing some damage is not super great. You know what? Fuck it. I'll let them take it. They're gonna hit me anyway, so. I will Orb Weaver. I will then infect. So we'll see. Get to threaten a little bit more damage here, but us being at 10, they're going to want to keep like their entire hand. Notably, the rough part about this is that I have no cards in my hand that allow me to prevent that damage. So, okay, good thing we kept the Fate. I will pump this. Then we can theoretically send this. Try and get something else off the top. Ooh, a Nourishing Emptiness. Well, we can't play it like they can, but yeah. Yep. This is the turn for them to have it. This makes sense. They like their hand a lot. But notably, that's the other thing is like I can't stop. Like, I don't have enough of that hand disruption. Like, if I had 2 more reactions, I could play bonds. Theoretically, I guess I could have probably threatened the bonds a little bit more. Okay, so we've got 3. Yeah, they've got all the shit. Yeah. It's not looking good for us. I think we just say no blocks here. 5. We just gotta live. It has go again. The other one though gets not as much, right? So this will bump it to 6. Take 1. I don't have the pitch for this shit. Fuck. All right, cool. I'll just pass. Yep. I lived. I know how to block Kasai enough to be able to make that happen. It's also notably having all the D-reacts in hand or all the reacts in hand is really good. Eye of Ophidia? Are you kidding me? Gorg Tome. Crazy work. Okay, so they get... Next time a weapon attack hits this turn, create a copper token. I mean, they're giving it go again, right? Like, there's just no way. Is there a comfortable way I can block this? No, there really is not. This will bump it to 9. Run through. Fuck. That kills me for sure, right? This will come in for what? Shit. I don't know why I did that. Sorry. Send it. I can only block for 3, so. Yep. Good game. That was crazy as hell. I was like, oh, I'll get to keep him off everything. This was like such assassin hate. It's crazy to me. Woo! That's insane. Eye of Ophidia and Riches. Yeah, they had all the answers. They had snag every time they needed it. How many snags do they run? If you're gonna fucking tell me they only run 1 snag and that's the time they had it. Oh no, they had 2. 2 snags. I mean, 2 snags is still insane. But I mean, it's a good assassin card. Like, what can I say? But look at this life difference. 15 to 1. Wowie. Like, Kasai's definitely on a tear for sure. I mean, a whole card that says cool gain gold that costs $370 fucking dollars is pretty crazy, but they were able to pump enough. I think like the best turn I had into them is when they swung, you know, Centauri Saber for 1 on a frailty turn, and I said, okay, cool. Guess I'll like discard the shelter to have it, you know, buy that back a little bit. I almost wonder maybe it was just better that I didn't block 10 there, but I guess they would have pumped it anyway. So yeah, I mean, notably, I guess that's the other thing, right? And that's the thing I kind of like knowing about this is that, like, with a card like Eye of Ophidia and a card like Riches, I know the percentage in which I'm going to run into this deck at our locals is low, because nobody is going out there picking up an Eye and Riches unless they already owned it and then are like, I really want to play this hero. So like, very fringe, and notably just like fucking auto dies to anything else. Like, I think Kasai's on a good tear because they're allowed to just like send sword, right? Obviously Blood on Our Hands is like a crazy card, and of course the turn they were able to leak a whole bunch of copper, they get Blood on Their Hands with 5 cards and an arsenal, and my hand is just like, cool, send, I don't know, send Infect, and then send Infiltrate, pass. Yeah, it's just not, I mean, like, don't get me wrong, it's fine that it gets use, but I do think it's just kind of crazy that like you get the value of both. And like, I also don't, I think like from the perspective of a designer of a game, I would hate knowing that one of the top decks in the format has like a $2,000 price tag, and it's because of just 2 cards. Like, normally it would cost like everything else does, but the reason it costs so much more is because of 2 cards. It's just like kind of insane to me that that would be the case. That's definitely a bad match for Slippy. Oh, for sure. I mean, Dynamo's a great card. Being able to come in with breakpoints and your opponent go, no, I don't care about those breakpoints. It's pretty good. Notably, I probably should not have had played Infiltrate into that matchup, just because like there's nothing I could have gotten that would have made that better for me. You know, Glint doesn't do anything for me. None of the reactions do anything for me. They're not playing attack actions, so I shouldn't be playing Infiltrate. There's no reason for me to be doing that. So that was a bad thing on my end. I do wonder whether or not it's like a fatigue thing, though. You know, like I think there's a world in which if I'm able to successfully get rid of this is kind of how I viewed playing against Dory when I was on Dromai. Was Dromai or Dory would send a bunch of their attacks and I'd just block a whole bunch. They'd play a red pump, swing Dawnblade, and I'd go, okay, cool. I'm gonna block 9. Pass. And then they're like, okay, cool. I'm gonna play a pump, and then I'll pass. And I'll attack you. I'm like, okay, cool. I'll block 6. Pass. And I kept doing that until I realized that the amount of reds that are left in their deck are so much lower, to which I then get to go, okay, cool, now I get to turn on the gas, because your power is gone now, effectively. Sure, you can kill dragons, but like your power is gone. So a lot of these red power like attack reactions and or these red attack reactions, the red pumps and everything, like the slice and dice and all that jazz, like that's really where she gets it. And if you can keep Kasai off copper, she's in a pretty good spot to just like not do anything, which is good for us. So that might be the move, but I think that it's just a bad matchup again, and not something that I'm expecting to see a whole lot of at locals. But yeah. Field Reaper and Pale say has to be in the pipeline after High Seas comes out. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. About to sleep. All right, sounds good, Topple. We'll take care. Thanks for hanging out. Appreciate you. So, notably, I don't know. I think it's funny. We've gone through several games. Like, several games. I don't think I've seen, like, the importance of this card. Like, is there a card that just says discard? Like, yeah, $800 for 2 cards is not gonna happen. Yeah, I don't know. It's nice. I think I saw people on Codex of Bloodrot instead of this, but even still, like I guess Codex of Bloodrot keeps them off something, but again, they have to have an arsenal. So like, banish a card. Looking for a scrap would be crazy in here. That costs 1. I almost wonder if there's a world where Mark of the Funnel Web is fine too. Sorry, I'm looking through this. Yeah, I don't think I want another 2 block in the deck at all. I could definitely would much rather have another 3 block. Yeah. I don't know. I think there's just like a world in which maybe playing blue Mark of the Black Widow again is fine. Like, instead of playing Bonds of Attraction, I instead play blue Mark of the Black Widow. And then maybe I play something along the lines of like Mark the Prey or something. Maybe that's too many actions. Because I want to rip stuff from my opponent's hand. And like, this is fine. Yeah, I think I'm the only person stupid enough to run Mark the Prey. I think the reason I want to run Mark the Prey is because, like, I can't guarantee to get a dagger back. I can't really do much else. So... Because I really just want more hand disruption. Notably, also, the amount of fucking times I've lost to a hero that's had Crown of Dominion, I really just want to play fucking Regicide. Like, oh my god. Really just want to play Regicide. And even like Surgical isn't a bad fucking card to have in here. Although notably, no more pump for anything. Regicide would be funny. There's no place for it though. Like, I genuinely don't know what else I could do with this deck. Like, I think maybe Kasai would have been better if I played more like block pieces. I guess I just can't, again, I think Kasai and probably most warriors in general, I have to either play my outs, which is block effectively, wait till they're out of their big pumps, and then send damage and try to kill them towards the end game and hope they have a brick hand. And that'll probably be enough. But I also don't plan to go against a lot of warrior. Again, like I said, like warrior's just not prevalent in the meta. I think this is kind of where like that like intentional testing kind of doesn't sit right. Just because, again, in most cases you see the field and you're like, oh shit, I just lost to a Puffin and I lost to a Kasai. But they're not like crazy. Like, I think I just did not draw the cards I needed to actually like disrespect them. Yeah, but I mean, like, you know what I mean though, right? Like it's not like an auto win for warrior into assassin. I'm not gonna lie, with the amount of heroes that are just like weapon focused, I almost wonder whether or not it's better for this to be Spike with Frailty instead. It brings me down on my resource count, but notably it does force a Frailty token and another +3 onto my damage. Whereas this forces I guess that's another way to look at Spreading Plague, right? Is that if I paid 1 resource into Spike with Blood Rot, if I played Spike with Blood Rot and it gets over, right? Let's say our opponent blocks with 2 cards, right? And they block with 1 card. I block. No, because I think the win is that like they're gonna try blocking with 2 cards. Right. Spike does require a hit. But notably also, Spike can be used on Kiss to then flick it. The same goes with Spike with Frailty, but like this just kind of like the reason I like this a lot is because I like to use it on opponents who like block 2 or block 3 into Bonds of Agony. It's like 2 cards from hand and then Valiant Dynamo, and I'm like, cool, 6 Blood Rot or like 3 Blood Rot Pox tokens, which is like notably a lot. But the downside also is like if I want to use a D-React to activate any of the other abilities like Bonds, I'd hope it's being blocked. Hit is something you can get consistently by playing differently. Well, that's the thing, is I do actually think it's the case, and the reason being is because like if we take a look at the meta, right? If we just take a look at what we assume the meta to be, right? Where were we at with this? Where are they? Oh, this is the coverage. Where the fuck is the goddamn matchup spread? Because effectively it was Verdance, Slippy, Gravy, Syndra as like the top 4 decks, right? And then following behind that was like Acilio, Azalea before she LL'd, and then something else. Oh, this is Mara's Fang build. That's funny. Prism? Yeah, Prism probably. So like I guess like I want to think about what I face locally, right? Dash.io, probably Dio. So a lot of it seems to be very more aggressive slanted, right? I mean, Gravy is certainly not defensive. It's not fatigue. Then you have Verdance, who is a lot more like block and setup. You have so like Verdance really will fucking hate a Spreading Plague. Jarl, I guess. Jarl's also going to hate a Spreading Plague. So like those are the heroes I would expect putting in a Spreading Plague makes sense. But on the off chance that we get if we get an aggressive hero, the aggressive hero is not going to want to block. And so an aggressive hero it's just not going to do a whole lot. See, I don't know. I think there's a place for it, especially with Verdance still being a popular deck, because Verdance can still comfortably block with 2 cards, you know, and it's a 2-card. So like theoretically, the rate of this, right? The rate of this card is in order for me to get something that would equivalent be equivalent to like the rate you'd expect a at the rate you'd expect a card's value to be, is what I'm saying. Is a 1 for 4 is like correct ish, right? A 0 for 4 is so much better, but a 1 for 4 is still fine, at least from like a ninja, you know, aggressive perspective. The downfall is that it's a delayed 4, so your opponent has the opportunity to kill you before that 4 hits you. And also notably, if they only block with 1 card and you need to play it to like pump up your attack or whatever, like a double trouble or something, it is a 1 cost 2 attack, 2 power. So it's cute into decks that block, but it's not cute into decks that don't. And it's also notably not cute into decks that only decide, you know what, whatever, I'll just like preserve a little bit of life. It's not worth the resource. So yeah, and not only does their life gain matter, but even if that's the case, like if their turn is just, okay, cool, block with 2 cards, get 2 Bloodrot Pox, and then their turn becomes pitch 2 blues in their deck. Pitch 2 blues to prevent 4 damage, pass. Like, even if it's pitch 1 blue to prevent 2 damage and play a potion and pass, like that's really good for them. Maybe it's not good. Damn, I think we learned more about the discussion of the card in and of itself than playing the fucking game. Like, don't get me wrong, it's cool when you get to block it, when you get to like get a bunch of that damage off. Cause like, so I guess that's the other thing, right? Let's consider the ceiling, right? What is the ceiling for this card? They block with 2 cards from hand and a card for an equipment, right? You play Spreading Plague. They get 3 Bloodrot Pox, which equates to 6 damage. They don't prevent any of it. They take 6. You do it 3 more times. That's 18 damage over the course of, like, they're probably not blocking with that equipment again. And notably, they're probably not blocking with like, so they're probably blocking with 2 cards the rest of the game, and they block with 2. They're getting 4 points of damage. So it's probably more like 6, 4, 4. So 6 damage, 4 damage, 10 damage, 4 damage, 14 damage, which is, you know, it's over 1/4 of your opponent's life, but I don't know. Also, notably, the other thing is that it really fucking kills Prism. So if I am running into more Prisms more frequently, Spreading Plague might not be terrible, because then I can do one of those things where it's like, okay, cool, they're getting a bunch of these angels out, like they're just going to block out my attacks because they come in for nothing and then swing an angel and pass. And my turn is just going to be Spreading Plague. You get 2 Bloodrot Pox off of it. Because especially if you can pump it with like a Razor's Edge and then put on the Spreading Plague, because then they'll like de-react or something. And but I don't think it's fast enough. Yeah, it helps in multiple matchups. Well, I don't know. I think Battlefront Bastion also isn't terrible into like Syndra or any other hero that cares about flicking. Because effectively your opponent comes in, they attack with their first attack, which is like a, you know, if Syndra plays an Ignite, right? And then you block with a 2 block, and then you prevent the next one, right? There's a world in which it's good into them too, but what do I, you know what? fabtcg. What are we looking at for this? This is for Slippy. There's some cards that are like pretty prominent. Yeah, but I mean, even if you do that, it prevents vest damage, right? Put toxicity back in the deck. Now that's fucking damage. The downfall is if they have the shelter, you're just like, okay, cool, I guess I'll fucking die. But like, golly, that's so much damage. Swinging this, a kiss of death, this and a kiss of death is so good. The only downfall is you need to have them both at the same time. And it's really hard to do that. Undercover acquisition, maybe? No. I mean, it's not bad, especially if you're going against Gravy and Puffin and Marlin. This is right. Yeah, 60% of decks. Yeah. I think I just put E-Strike back in the deck. Because, like, if this is my 2-card 7, it's in 19% of the decks, though. I don't know that it converts. I could be better off having this, but even still. I guess I should be replacing it with an attack reaction, right? What else can we put in here? I guess we could try Stains. Like, Stains isn't a terrible fucking try. We do love E-Strike, Josiah. We do. Like, Stains isn't terrible. And there's Spike with Frailty in 8% of decks. Costs 1 less. Depending hero player is marked. But notably, if they're not, we can still pop a Tunic Resource or a Redback Shroud to use this on something to go 3 attacks wide as opposed to 2. This also pumps and gives go again, which is pretty valuable, I think. I don't know that I like Stains. Now, Plague Hive, that's a fucking tech right there. Plague Hive is a tech. I mean, most of the deck seems to be in a pretty good spot. I think, you know what I think I am going to try? I think I am actually going to try Stains. I don't think it's terrible. Forcing a card into Arsenal could be it. Yeah. Codex of Blood Rot's probably the better choice. But it blocks 2. Yeah, it does float another card. I don't know. It's a weird spot. Because, like, I could very well see Mark of the Black Widow. I think this card actually matters, too. So, like, I think even taking out... I don't know. There might be a world in which I even take out Infiltrate. But it's really good in the mirror. Oh, my God. Yeah, Josiah, you don't rock with new metal? Well, it's Slippy Metal now. New is banned from Living Legend. Or banned from Classic Constructed. I'm so funny. And there might be a world where having more blues is fine too. Yeah. Call that new metal. I do think Mark of the Black Widow is just really fucking good. Maybe what I do instead, there's a place where this is good. Yeah, I think I instead put 2 blue marks in here. No, we'll do 3. That's fine. And then that way we have something. We didn't lose out on anything. Yeah, definitely is just crying. Like, we could take out Infiltrate for E-Strike. Just don't know there's a world in which that is good, actually. But I do feel like sending 3 and then sending 7 feels better than sending 3 and then hoping you have a D-React to pump it to 6. Like, the numbers are better aesthetically. But I don't know. I'm so torn on this. But I do think this makes sense. I think if I go against a deck that doesn't want to block me, this is great. It also allows me to threaten some more stuff with, you know, obviously banishing a card from hand, right? Stains is just interesting. I don't know. We'll have to see. I think this isn't terrible. Not much changed outside of me getting rid of Spreading Plague. Feels right, but that's my thing, Josh. My thing. I don't know what feels right. I have no idea. I don't know what feels right. I don't know what feels wrong. I don't know what feels blue, what feels red. I don't know. I don't know anything. I have to sit down and I have to play 20 fucking games of Talishar for me to actually get that kind of data. And even still, that's not true data, because I'd rather go to play 20 games of Flesh and Blood in person with our locals and go, that's what I want to do. Like, I don't want to sit here and just dick around on Talishar and lose to a Puffin, and then have that little tiny goblin that sits in the back of my brain go, well, Alex, your deck is bad because you lost to a Puffin. And I'm like, I literally just have to remember, like, throughout this whole process of me learning all these things, I have to remember that Vincent was the counter to Aurora. Like, she never got to win anything, but she countered the best deck in the format. So if I ever lose against anything like Kasai or anything here, like, you know what I mean? Humble opinion, Jack videos. In your humble opinion, just I should be playing Bolton, but I have gotten rid of all my stuff for Warriors, so, well, not all of it, most of it. Nimby Slippy. You know, there's a world in which that's actually kind of funny to do. I don't know that it's this though. Yellow line Arakni isn't real. Nimby Slippy sounds wild as hell because it'd work. That's the downfall, is it'd work. But I'd also much rather play card that gives me +3. Yeah, Tyler would be the one to definitely do that. Tyler would be the one to just for sure make Nimby Slippy. You know who else would? Jared. Jared would absolutely make Nimby Slippy. But I don't know. I think I'm pretty comfortable with the list right now, as comfortable as I can be, I think, with this. I think a lot of what I'm going to do is, this might not be a terrible pick just because if they're blocking a lot and we hit them with the flick, we mark them, we swing with another attack, they block that attack, and then we do stains, gets +3 and go again. They'll have to D-react to block that shit, and then you get, like, this isn't terrible. Because the upside, notably, upside to this card on over Spreading Plague. It deals 3 damage with 1 card, and it gives go again, and it has a discount ability. And the discount ability being, if your opponent happens to be marked, you get value off this. So that is true. That is true. Don't think I haven't thought about it. Just swap these out. These pick up the points and the pain in the backsides for Sack the Shifty and Slay the Scholars. Like send 3, send 4. Send 3, send 4. Send 3, send 4 pump. You could make the shreds cut to the chase. Eradicate also kind of fucking goated. It's my favorite. It's my favorite assassin card is Eradicate. I still can't believe it doesn't get any play. If there was a world in which I play Cut to the Chase in this deck, I would be playing Eradicate all day. All day. Kiss of Death, Tunic resource, eradicate, flick Kiss of Death, 2 damage to my opponent, cut to the chase, on hit, mill 7. Yeah. Feeds its info off Fabray deck lists. People build deck lists with Fabray. Really? Oh, I did not know that. Well, I mean, I definitely am not like hyper. Like, I know that like most of these cards in here stay, right? The Infect stay, the Conquerors stay, the Art of Desire Body stay. Like, most of this deck I built by myself. I think I was just curious to see if there were any other silly things people were on. I know that one Slippy we went against was playing Restains, and I was like, And then like I read it again and I was just like, Stains might actually not be terrible compared to Spreading Plague, probably pretty good. So yeah. All right. Well, I think I'm getting tired. We have determined that my threshold for streaming is 3 hours, which is fine. Up to 27 stealth attacks, it looks like. Those are stealth attack, 3 stealth attack hand numbers. And that's pretty good. I think I'm on my 1, 2, 3, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21. Interest 21, 24 if I put Mark of the Black Widow in there. 27 with Infiltrate. So I have 27. But I know I'm not usually putting them all in there, so. Yeah, we'll have to try out this this deck with this. But I think I'm probably gonna maybe cut it here for the night. It's a great source of inspiration, don't get me wrong, but MTG is just the same with EDH. Oh, absolutely. I mean, at the end of the day, it's this is the information that get pulled in. That's where there's a website that I wanted to check out more of. It's called Fablazing. And notably, I am not sponsored by these folks or anything, but Fablazing utilizes tournament data. Like, it only takes deck lists from tournaments and win percentages from tournaments. So like, for instance, Slippy's got a fucking 58.5% win rate. Cinder's got a 55% win rate. Marlon's got a 32% win rate. Gravy's got a 47% win rate. Burden's at 55.2, just over Syndra. And all of this information is based off of, so this data is from Talishar, so we want paper. So this is what we want to see. So we have a 57.6% win rate from Slippy. And this is all tournaments from the last 30 days. So this is probably a bit more up the alley of what we'd expect to see. But right now, I mean, even just this front page, right? I mean, obviously no more Azalea, but Florian, Verdance, Arakni, Gravy, Syndra. Dash.io's got a 55.5% win rate. Fucking nuts. Most of these heroes have a 50% win rate, which I'm not going to lie. If 58% or 57% is the highest, we're in such a good meta right now. It's insane. But again, this is probably just obviously not as much data comparatively. But I think anyone with a 50% win rate, like, that's pretty good. And then you get like lower, right? Like Teklo, Arakni Huntsman, Uzuri at 39% win rate. Bravo at a 39%. Betsy's at 42%. Max the Hype Nitro's at 28%. Katsu's at almost 50%. Riptide's at 38. Reinar's at 41. Levi's at 42. Puffin's at 38. Ira's at 47. Probably going to be higher with the Armory deck. Jarl's at 51. Kano's at 52. And most of these are at like 50 to 47, roughly. And then you have the big dogs. Which, like, this is just kind of crazy. Like, this is the core analysis of the deck. Obviously, you can purchase the thing. They've got tournament deck lists. 100% win rates all the way around. Yeah. I think it's good. It's a good meta for sure. I do think that with it being more open, it does kind of make it harder to pinpoint, because like that's my whole thing is anytime I look at a meta, there's usually a top three, right? There's one that has beats the other, and then that one beats this one, and then this one beats that one, right? It's a triangle of how they beat each other. You know, Slippy, I believe, does really well into Syndra. I believe Syndra does really well into Verdance, and I believe Verdance does really well into Slippy in that situation. But maybe not really well. I think there's a world in which Slippy actually probably does really well into Verdance. But it's all depending and stuff like that. So, but yeah, it's an interesting meta. I'm happy that everybody's able to play what they want to play. The best part about me playing Classic Constructed, though, everybody, is that it doesn't fucking matter. Because all I'm doing is playing a deck that I hope to win a couple armories on. That's it. That's my whole thing. That's all I want to do. I don't want to do anything else. I just want to make sure to do that. And so that's my whole plan. I'm not planning to go pro. I'm not planning to, prep for the Pro Tour. I'm not planning to do any of this big stuff like get into the calling at Worlds or anything. I play budget formats, and that's what I plan to do for the remainder of my time playing Flesh and Blood, is that. So with that, thank you all so much for being here. I appreciate you hanging out with me. Currently 14 people watching the stream, so thank you for being a fantastic viewer. Feel free, if you have not already, subscribe to the channel if you want to see more of these. I try to do a stream every Sunday if I can help it, because I like doing live streams and talking with everybody. And then I, of course, would like to, in a perfect world, make sure I have a upload on our channel on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday every week. That way I can go about making sure to get some fresh content coming through on a regular basis so that I can continue to provide all of you with the information that you'd like to hear about these budget formats, as well as sometimes I do a video where we talk about Slippy. So I'll probably do a collection video at some point here pretty soon. I'll also probably talk a little bit about maybe doing my master set stuff, and then it's just like gameplay videos and stuff that I can try to do. So I'd like to theoretically get a point where I'm inviting folks over to my house to do a recording of a game and then get that uploaded, because I feel like that feels a bit more connected whenever people are wanting to play Flesh and Blood. So I definitely want to provide that information, and at least like have a space for it. So any of my local friends who want to ever come over and test Project Blue decks or Commoner decks, some of you know where I live. So we can certainly find a time to be able to do that once I get like an actual setup that I can test. I'd like to see whether or not I can get something together to kind of make this happen. But regardless, I hope everybody has an awesome night. Make sure to stay safe. Enjoy the remaining days of your weekend. And I have tomorrow off, so I get to go to bed and stay up and hang out as long as I want. But if I plan on seeing some of you at Armory tomorrow, I'll see you there. Anywho, take care and continue to have fun in the flesh and blood. And I will see all of you beautiful Ashwings on our next live stream.